Hey everybody! Happy Monday! Let's way to start the week off right. Hello. Hopefully this is working and this is on. If you are jumping on live, I'm going to give everyone just, hold on. Okay. If you are hopping on live or you are watching the replay, please let me know. Drop me some yellow heart emojis in the comments if you can see this. Yellow is my absolutely favorite color, so I would love to see a ton of yellow hearts. Okay, hopefully you guys can see me. Hold on. Hello everybody, happy Monday. Hopefully you guys can see me. Okay, good. I'm seeing a few people jump on now. If you are watching live or if you are watching the replay, hi Emily. Okay, good. I can see comments. Drop me a yellow heart so I know you are here. Yellow is my absolute favorite color. So I'm gonna kind of just dive right into it and get started so we can get these parties and these demos booked for the rest of July. My name is Elizabeth Baker. I am a Royal. I currently live in Carmel, Indiana, which is a northern suburb of Indianapolis. I used to live in Columbus, Ohio. I just moved about a month ago. I have been a Senegence distributor for almost 4 years. It'll be 4 years in October. I am a stay-at-home mom of 3 kiddos. I have, my oldest is 5 and is starting kindergarten. My middle is 3.5 and my youngest is almost 10 months. You'll probably hear them in the background. My best friend in the whole world is letting me use her house and kind of just keep an eye on them so it's not crazy chaos and screaming. But if you do hear it, that's probably why it is. Before I did Senegence, I was an IT project manager. So I have a business degree from Miami University in Ohio, and I used to be in IT. So I used to run all kinds of different IT projects. Hi, everybody. And I did that for a number of years. I used to work at Justice, if you remember, like the tween girls clothing store. That was my last job before I kind of stayed home and started to do this. So as I mentioned earlier, I am a Royal. A couple other things I have hit over the last couple of years. I've hit Seminar Maiden this year. I earned both Senestar Hawaii and Senestar Mexico. I went to Mexico this year. It was incredible. I've earned Inner Circle Court for personal sales 2 years in a row, and I earned Inner Circle Court for sponsoring last year. And I think I said I hit Seminar Maiden this year, but that's kind of a little bit about me and a little bit about my background. How I run my business, I primarily run my business through Facebook parties, and I'm really starting to get more into one-on-one demos. Like I mentioned, I have 3 very young children and I just moved. So I am moving to try and do more in person, but my bread and butter is my Facebook group and Facebook parties. I have booked a lot of parties over the last several years. Probably upwards in the 100 of parties. So I have lots of tips and tricks and lots of kind of ways to help you. So I'd love to hear from you guys. Where are you from? What are some of your goals? Leave me a comment and let me know how many parties you are wanting to book today. Let me know how many parties you're wanting to book. Me, I would love to book 3 more for the rest of July. So I have 3 parties this week plus 2 virtual demos, which is a little bit crazy. I don't normally do that many in a week. My goal is always to have at least 1 Facebook party a week and 1 demo a week. So 2 a week is my goal. So some words of encouragement. First of all, I'm going to give it to you real. I'm going to give it to you pretty straightforward. The biggest fear I think you have to overcome is truly asking. In the 2+ years that I have been doing Facebook parties, I do not have people knocking down my door to be hostesses. Sure, I may book a couple off of a couple, but I always make the ask. So you always have to ask. Oh, look at these numbers, 3, 6. This is amazing. You guys, we're going to do this today. I'm here for it. We're going to knock this out. So my first biggest tip, words of encouragement, is you have to ask. People don't know what they need. You have to tell them what they need, and people are going to be more likely to say yes versus come to you and say, I want to do this. So always, always, always make the ask. Booking is a numbers game. Sometimes it could take asking 10, 15, 20 people to get one person to say yes. You got to just slough off the nose, let it roll off your back. It is not a reflection on you. It could be timing. It could be a multitude of factors, but it's definitely not about you. So it is just a numbers game. So if you come back, you get a one or two no's, do not let that discourage you whatsoever. Keep going, keep making that ask. And like I mentioned, you gotta not care what people think. This is kind of your business, your livelihood, what you want to do with your life, and those people aren't paying your bills. So don't worry about what people think. How I come up with my list and kind of who I am asking. First and foremost, I highly recommend you have a running list of people in your notes in your phone of people that you can ask. And I'm constantly adding to it. So if I have a new customer, I'll add it to my list. If I just kind of met a new person at my daughter's gymnastics, I'll put that on my list. If I ran into an old friend at the zoo with my kids, I put that on my list. And so I'm constantly having a list of people that I can pull from to ask to book a party or a demo. I also, kind of first on my list too, I always love to start with people who have recently purchased from me, whether that be from a previous party, whether that be from a promotion, whether that be from Kiss and Tell from your website. I go back to my website, I see those Kiss and Tell orders, see those customer direct orders, see who's ordering, and add them to my list to keep asking. We do booking blitzes here often. I do booking battles with my team usually at least once a month. So when the time comes, I'm not having to spend all of this time looking for people to ask. I just pull up that notes on my phone and I'm like, okay, let me ask this person, this person, this person, this person. So if you don't have a list like that, we're going to make one right now. So I want you to go to your Facebook group and look at your members and kind of maybe pick 5 or 10 people that you have not maybe asked to do a party yet, who you know would be great hostesses, who maybe interact a ton in your group. Add them to your list of people that you are going to ask for a party or for a demo. Like I said, I love to ask people that are super engaged in my group. I love to tailor it to what I think that customer would like. So I'm going to get into what I say and how I ask for things in just a second, but I like to tailor it. So if I know someone loves our shadows, loves our eyeliners, loves our makeup products, maybe I'm going to ask them to do an eyes party or an eyes messenger sale, or do a eyeshadow workshop with their friends to show them how to apply their shadows, because I know that that is what they love. If I know that they love skincare, maybe I will tailor it and offer to do a skincare party for them. So it definitely benefits to know your customers, know who you're talking to, know your audience, so you can tailor your messages to your customers and to your audience. I also like to put past hostesses on my list too. If it's been 6 months or a year since they've hosted for me, I always like to re-ask, and I usually will phrase it as, I've got a new party template, I've got a new way to host a party. Maybe they hosted for me in the middle of winter and now it's the summer and we need to get a bright, fun summer lippy. You need to get your Glowify and your Glow Up. Hi, Kelly. Hi, guys. Thanks for jumping on. So I definitely love to ask past hostesses if it's been a number of months since they've hosted. Go through your phone, look through your phone contacts, see who you can give a call to, see who, might want to do this for you. The other thing that I have been doing lately that I have been loving for more of a personal one-on-one demo, I will look to see who views my Facebook stories. So I don't know if you guys use Facebook and Instagram, but I will go on, I will look to see who's viewed my stories, and I will have a conversation with them. I mean, it'll come up very naturally. I'll engage with them, have a conversation with them, and then kind of ask the request of, I'm working on my MUA right now. So what I've been doing a lot for one-on-one demos, especially to get some new customers, is I just did this with a girl that I knew from Columbus last week. And I said, we were engaging, we were talking. I think I'm building a house, so I'd asked for white paint color recommendations, which I really do need because I'm clueless when it comes to paint. And I said, hey, I know this is going to sound crazy, but I'm working on my makeup artist certification and I need 40 faces. Can I send you a whole sample pack of products and set up some time with you to kind of show you how to use them? And you would be really helping me out and doing me a favor. And she was like, absolutely, that sounds great. Send away. And that's a great way to have a one-on-one demo, and you can send her all the samples. She's not local to me, so if it was someone who was local to me, I would set up a time in person at that point where I can walk her through. Going into what I say. So that's an example from like an in-person or a one-on-one demo, and that's a really great way for you to kind of get new customers, maybe warm up your cold market a little bit. I love to do that with people who have never tried our products before. When it comes to parties and when it comes to asking maybe for a Facebook party or an in-person party, what I have done for probably the last 2+ years, like I mentioned before, I always start with kind of recent customers first, and I will take a picture of whether it's glosses, whether it's maybe some shadows, and I'll send the message. I'll say, hey Sarah, I loved getting to know you at Kelly's party last week. I'm packing up your order now. I said something along the lines of, I know you had so much fun at her beauty bash. Have you thought about hosting a quick 24-hour pop-up for yourself? I'd be happy to offer you one of these free glosses just for hosting. Keep it short, keep it simple, keep it sweet. What else I would love to do at the end of that message, I'll say, I have 3 dates available in July 17th, 18th, and 24th. Which one works for you? You have to be specific, and you have to ask a specific question that they can answer very easily to. So you gave them a couple of dates, so that's very easy for her to come back and say, you know what, July 23rd looks great. And then I will keep that gloss or that shadow or whatever, I keep it to the side. And once her party is complete and she's, met whatever requirement she needs to meet, I then include that gloss and send that gloss. I don't typically send it prior to that. So that's how I love to ask, like, recent people who have recently ordered from me, even if it's not from a party and a customer who's maybe purchased from me for 6 months or more. I'll kind of do the same thing, and I'll say, hey Sarah, I'm packing up orders. I thought of you. Would you want to host a quick 24-hour beauty pop-up for me? I'd be happy for you to choose a free gloss. I have July 21st, 24th, and 27th available. Keep it short, keep it sweet. Make sure you're asking, make sure you're being direct, make sure you're giving some available dates. And always, always ask. Even if you've asked this person, maybe this person purchased from you 3 months ago, and you asked them and they said no. They said, no, now is not a good time. Ask them again. Maybe they were a teacher and 3 months ago they were finishing up school, and that was just such a crazy, hectic time for them, and it just didn't work. So put them on your list that you can re-ask again, and ask again, because timing could be different, life situations could be different, and now it could be the perfect time. Think of a no as a not right now, not necessarily like a hard no. How to overcome objections when people either ghost you or say no, because it's going to happen. So if someone says no, a couple of things I like to do. people could be very intimidated by inviting a bunch of people or inviting their friends or whatever that case may be. So if I'm asking for a party and they say no, I then try to still ask for a one-on-one demo. Can I send you a sample pack? Can I set up some time where we could do this one-on-one? Can I, you just bought this gorgeous eyeshadow trio. Can we set up some time where I can show you how to apply that? And then you can send, some tinted moisturizer samples, some gloss samples. You can get into pearlizer samples. So if they're saying no to a party, it could intimidate them to be a hostess or to invite their friends. So then I always ask for if I can provide some samples for them. If they say no to that, which again, I haven't always run into a lot of people saying no to some samples, but if they say no, I kind of try to figure out why. Is it timing? Is it money? Is it that they're uncomfortable? And I will always ask two things. One, if they are not in my beauty group, would you like to join my beauty group so we can stay in touch? And I will send them my beauty group link right then and there. So it's very, very easy and quick for them to join. If not, I will ask them, can I follow up with you? I always ask that question. If they are hard set on no for everything, well, can I follow up? Women do not like to say no, I think more than like 2 times or 3 times or something like that. So if you've asked for a party and they say no, you've asked for to do a one-on-one demo, they say no, you ask, well, can I follow up with you in a couple months? They're most likely not going to say no. Or I like to ask when it would be a better time for you to have a party. They might say, you know what, summer is really busy with my family. Can you check back with me in the fall? Pull up my notes app right then and there, and I will add them to my notes app and say, follow back up, party in fall, follow back up in October, follow back up in September. So that when my booking blitz comes again, whether in this group or with my team in September, I can pull up my list and say, oh, you know what? I talked to Linda in July. She really didn't want to do a party. She really didn't want to do a demo. She's on vacation for 3 months with her family, but you know what? She said it's the fall. It's now September. I'm going to ask her and see if she would be willing to host a beauty bash or a demo for me. If people ghost you, and because let's be honest, how many times have you sent messages and people just don't respond at all? I mean, I know for me, that's been a ton. Sometimes, how many of you, let me know from either a thumbs up reaction or a heart, how many times have you opened a message and at the exact same time, a child is falling off the couch, someone spilled chocolate milk, someone's screaming, someone needs a diaper change, someone needs a bottom wiped. That's my life every single solitary day, at least me. So maybe if you're not a mom with young kids, you are like, maybe you're at the office and the exact time someone sends you a message, you have to run to a meeting or you're getting lunch with a coworker or whatever the case may be. And how many times do you read something and then it's like a week goes by and you're like, oh my goodness, I never responded to that person. It happens to me literally daily. Sometimes I try to go back at night and be like, okay, who did I not respond to today? What I like to do if that's the case, and I think that they would really be a good host, I will sometimes even just go back to my question that I asked and like you can double tap on it and do a like a little quick emoji, and then they'll get a notification that you've quick emojied them and they'll say, oh yeah, that's right, I forgot to respond to her. So that's what I love to do. Sometimes people just forget, and so I will kind of send a little quick emoji, and if they haven't responded, again, that still gives you an opportunity and maybe several months to ask again. As far as the best way to send messages, I always think voice memos are going to be, or voice messages are going to be great. People can hear how excited you are. They can hear the tone of your voice, hear how genuine you are. If that makes you nervous, whatever is your best way that you normally communicate with that customer. So if you normally text them. If you normally are on the phone with them, give them a call, leave them a voice message or leave them a voice memo. I always recommend using whatever method that you normally talk to these customers. Once this live is over too, I will do my very best to kind of go back. It might be later today and put some of my exact verbiage in there. But like I said, keep it short, keep it sweet, keep it direct, and give them some date options so that they have a harder time to say no. Because if you just say, will you host a beauty bash for me? It's very easy to just say, no, thank you. Where if you offer a great incentive and give them a specific couple of dates, they're more likely to come back and pick an exact date and say, yep, let's do it. Okay, I kind of went through that really quickly. Is there any other questions before we get started? Because I hope you came with your list. I hope you've been thinking about your list as I've been talking and you've been able to kind of go through, maybe that's your Facebook group, maybe that's your Instagram page and whatever, and come up with 5 to 10 people that you can reach out to right now. So I actually have my list as well because I was packing up orders last night, and as I was packing up orders, I knew I was doing this booking blitz today. So I wrote down my 10 to 12 people that I wanted to ask as well. So I'm going to give everyone, it's about 1:20. I'm going to give everyone about 15 minutes or so to go send your voice messages, send your Facebook messengers, your texts or whatever, and we'll come back in about 15 minutes and we'll hear how it went for everybody. So stay on and stay with me and let's do this booking blitz together. I have my iPad over here, so in case you were wondering, I'm ready to go. Okay, ladies, I'm going to give everyone a few more minutes because it has not been all that long, but I wanted to check in and see how everyone is doing. Are you getting your messages out? Let me know how many people you've asked so far in the comments. I think I've gone through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I've asked about 7 and I've gotten 1 yes so far. So super excited about it. I'll be back in just a few minutes and give you some more tips and tricks for booking. So keep going, keep sending your messages. I always like to aim for at least 10 whenever I do a booking blitz. So how many are you guys at right now? Way to go, Kelly. Sending out 4 with 2 saying yes. Gonna continue after work. That's amazing. Okay, I'm gonna kind of bring everyone back in order to keep this kind of short and sweet and kind of give a couple other tips, but feel free to keep messaging while I'm kind of wrapping this up and giving some other tips. I did get another yes, so I think I sent about 8 and got 2 yeses. A couple of things to note. This was a really great run for me. I want you to know that everything does kind of go in cycles. So if you feel like you are constantly getting no's, that's normal. That is good. Everyone has that, even if you are looking at all the different distributors. And I tend to do a party a week. But I probably ask 20, 30, 40, 50 people in order to get that. I'm not asking 3 and getting, 1 a week. I'm asking a lot. So it is a numbers game. Don't get discouraged. Comparison is the thief of joy. So stay focused on your business, your goals, how many demos and parties that you need to book in order to hit those goals, and just kind of stay in your lane and stay focused. It's very easy to think about what everyone else is doing, and you need to just stay focused on what is important to you, what's going to move your business forward, what's going to move your needle forward, and how many bookings and parties do you need to do for that. Other couple of little tips. I always like to keep messages in my notes as well. So I have my running list and different verbiage I have for different types of people. I have them in a notes list. I know there are some boards out there as well. I love boards, I do, but I always just end up keeping it in my notes so that when I do sit down to work on bookings, it doesn't take me that long. I don't need to spend hours looking for the people and figuring out what to say. I have my running list, I pop it open, I have my list of verbiage, and I can just knock it out and send 10 voice memos really quick. I try to sit down and do this at least once a week, sometimes more or sometimes less, depending on how many bookings I have. And I would also advise to mix it up. I love Facebook parties. I do so many of them, but I never want to have all my eggs in one basket. So even though I love them, I try to do them once a week. I'm also trying extremely hard to get in-person parties, in-person demos, and virtual demos, because you're going to really have their undivided attention when you're doing that. And so figuring out what kind of format works for you and try to pick maybe 2 of them to work on. Way to go, ladies. As you are wrapping this up, let me know how many parties you have booked. I'm at 2 right now for the end of July. So I'm super excited. That means I have 5 for the month so far, which is going to be great. I'm going for some big goals. So I'm hoping to hit those goals. I'm going to put out in the universe that I'm going for Sapphire Senna sales this quarter. So if you are going for a big goal, any goal, you drop your goal here so we can all keep each other accountable. So I hope you guys have a fantastic Monday. Thank you so much for joining me. This is my first time doing this. I was a little bit nervous, but you guys made it super fun and super easy. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and keep booking. Have a good one, everybody.